In the shadows of forgotten kingdoms and cursed temples, one name strikes terror into the hearts of mortals: the Demon King. Welcome to the Demon King's Covenant, where legends whisper of a dark pact sealed in blood and bound by eternal fire. Tonight, we'll uncover the origins of this unholy agreement, the power it granted, and the terrible price it demanded. From forbidden rituals to ancient betrayals, this tale blurs the line between myth and nightmare. Prepare yourself for a descent into darkness, where every secret has a cost and every soul a price. The covenant begins now. The Demon King's Covenant, the birth of a dark promise. Legends of pacts between mortals and dark entities have haunted the annals of mythology since the dawn of civilization. Among the most chilling of these tales is the Demon King's Covenant, a story whispered in cryptic manuscripts and forbidden tomes, a story not merely of evil, but of balance, ambition, and the price of desire. This legend speaks of a powerful being, the Demon King Azrithor, ruler of the Shadow Realms, who once forged a covenant that would alter the fates of both mortals and demons forever. The tale explores themes of power, temptation, sacrifice, and destiny, presenting a moral and metaphysical struggle between light and darkness, choice and consequence. It is said that the covenant was not merely a pact for souls, but a divine contract that tested the boundaries between creation and destruction. To understand the Demon King's Covenant, one must venture into the heart of forbidden knowledge and confront the unsettling truth about humanity's endless thirst for power. Chapter 1. The Rise of Azrithor, the First Flame of Darkness. Before time had form and before mortals walked the earth, the celestial spheres were ruled by a balance between the celestials of light and the entities of shadow. From the cosmic abyss emerged Azrithor, the first consciousness of chaos. Unlike other demons, Azrithor was not born evil. He was born from the refusal of light to exist without shadow. He was the embodiment of contrast, the necessary void that defined creation. Azrithor's realm, known as the Infernal Dominion, mirrored the heavens, not in beauty, but in structure. Where angels governed order, Azrithor governed entropy. His legions were not mindless fiends, but souls bound by desire, spirits who had sought forbidden truths and paid the price for knowing them. To his subjects, Azrithor was not a tyrant, but a liberator, one who granted them the freedom to seek power without divine judgment. However, the heavens saw him as an abomination. The celestial council decreed Azrithor's banishment beyond the Veil of Worlds, sealing him in the hollow abyss. Yet even in exile, his influence seeped through cracks in reality. It was then that he conceived the covenant, not as an act of rebellion, but as a challenge to the gods themselves. Chapter 2. The Birth of the Covenant. The covenant was not a single pact, but a system of cosmic agreements designed to test the true nature of free will. According to ancient grimoires, Azrithor summoned the 9 circles of infernal law, spirits of temptation, each representing one human vice: pride, greed, lust, envy, wrath, sloth, gluttony, deceit, and despair. Together, they forged the Infernal Codex, an eternal manuscript bound by the blood of the first fallen star. Through the Codex, mortals could invoke the Demon King himself and strike a bargain. The terms were clear. The mortal would receive their heart's deepest desire: wealth, love, knowledge, or dominion. In exchange, the Demon King would claim something of equal value, often the mortal soul, legacy, or lineage. The covenant would be sealed by the Mark of Shadows, a sigil that branded the pact's bearer as a chosen servant of Azrithor. But unlike the crude soul trades of lesser demons, Azrithor's covenants were crafted with perfect fairness. Each contract upheld the cosmic principle of balance. The Demon King never deceived. It was the mortal's interpretation of the deal that led to ruin. Thus, his power thrived not on lies, but on the flaws of human desire. The legend implies that Azrithor sought to expose the hypocrisy of divine creation, that mortals, even when given freedom, would willingly enslave themselves to their own cravings. Each covenant became a mirror reflecting mankind's weakness, a testament to the corruption born not of demons, but of human hearts. Chapter 3. The First Mortal, Sareth the Scholar. The earliest recorded covenant involved a mortal named Sereth of Valen, a scholar from the lost civilization of Eleutheria. Obsessed with unraveling the secrets of creation, Sereth sought knowledge beyond mortal reach. One fateful night, beneath a crimson eclipse, he performed the rite of unveiling, summoning the shadow of Azrithor. The demon king appeared not as a monstrous figure, but as a radiant being of molten gold and darkness intertwined. His voice was set to echo with both harmony and terror. When Sereth demanded ultimate knowledge, Azrithor agreed, but on one condition: Sereth must sacrifice his ability to forget. Every truth he uncovered would burn eternally in his mind, unable to fade. Desperate, Sereth accepted. Within days, he possessed visions of creation, the birth of stars, the weaving of souls, and the secrets of the gods themselves. But the knowledge soon became unbearable. He could not sleep, for every whisper of the universe screamed within his consciousness. Madness consumed him. In his final act, he inscribed his revelations onto stone tablets before turning his eyes to the heavens and uttering, "Truth is a fire that consumes its bearer." He vanished into flame, leaving only ash. Thus, the world learned its first lesson from the Demon King's covenant, that power without restraint leads to self-destruction. Chapter 4. The Age of Pacts. Over centuries, countless mortals entered the covenant: kings, warriors, priests, and dreamers. The world grew intoxicated with the promise of infernal power. Kingdoms rose and fell by the unseen hands of those bound to Azrithor. King Valen of Dravonia bargained for eternal rule, but found himself ruling over an empire of ashes as time devoured his subjects. Ilara the seeress sought the power to resurrect her lover, only to watch him return as a hollow shell, bound by Azrithor's sigil. The blacksmith Corvin wished to forge an indestructible blade. The metal absorbed his soul, and the weapon gained his consciousness, cursed to serve other hands forever. Each covenant carried a moral echo. That desire, unchecked by wisdom, becomes damnation. Yet not all who made pacts were doomed. Legends speak of a few who outwitted the Demon King, fulfilling their covenants in ways that upheld the balance without surrendering their souls. These individuals became known as the Covenant Breakers, revered as heroes and feared. Chapter 5. The Covenant Breakers. Among the most famous of these was Lyra of the Hollow Vale, a witch born under the Black Moon. She sought Azrithor not for gain, but for understanding. When the Demon King appeared, she did not kneel. Instead, she asked him, "What is your desire, O King of Shadows?" Amused by her boldness, Azrithor replied, "To know if humanity can ever desire without greed." Lyra made her covenant. She would bear a portion of his essence and walk the mortal world as both woman and demon. Her task: to test humanity's hearts and find one soul pure enough to desire selflessly. Centuries passed as she wandered the world, granting favors and witnessing betrayals. Finally, she found a child who offered his only meal to a dying stranger without hesitation. The act shattered part of Azrithor's curse, proving that purity, though rare, still existed. Lyra vanished into mist, her soul said to rest between realms. Her story marked a turning point in the Covenant's history, revealing that the pact could also serve redemption, not merely corruption. Chapter 6. The Demon King's Fall and Rebirth. The Celestial Council, alarmed by the spread of Azrithor's influence, launched the War of Veils, a cosmic battle between light and shadow. Stars burned to cinders, and the veil between worlds was torn apart. In the final confrontation, Azrithor faced Seraphiel, the Archangel of Judgment. Their clash echoed across creation, and in the end, Azrithor was cast into the hollow abyss, chained by divine runes that sealed his will. But unlike the other fallen, Azrithor did not perish. His consciousness fractured into 7 shards, each containing a fragment of his essence, and scattered across mortal realms. Wherever a shard fell, the land twisted, birthing cursed forests, haunted ruins, and corrupted relics. These places became known as the 7 Marks of the Covenant, and seekers of power still travel to them, hoping to awaken the Demon King once more. Legends claim that if all 7 shards are reunited, Azrathor will rise again, not to conquer, but to rewrite the covenant and restore the balance between divine and demonic realms. Whether this prophecy is hope or doom depends on who fulfills it. Chapter 7. The Symbolism of the Covenant. Beyond myth, the Demon King's covenant serves as a profound metaphor for human nature. Azrathor embodies the essence of ambition, the eternal hunger to transcend limitation. His covenant is not purely evil, but represents the duality of creation, that every light casts a shadow, and every desire carries a cost. Philosophically, the story echoes the Faustian theme, the trade between enlightenment and damnation. Yet, unlike Faustian bargains where the demon deceives, Azrathor's contracts are transparent. This distinction transforms the legend into a moral reflection. The real danger lies not in the demon's temptation, but in the human inability to resist it. Psychologically, the covenant mirrors the human struggle with ego and morality. It portrays how individuals justify compromises in pursuit of ambition, convincing themselves that the ends outweigh the means. Azrathor's role becomes that of a cosmic examiner, not punishing humanity, but revealing its truth. From a theological standpoint, the covenant challenges the concept of absolute good and evil. It suggests that darkness is not the enemy of light, but its necessary complement. Without shadow, light loses meaning. Without temptation, virtue cannot exist. Thus, the Demon King is not merely a villain, but a guardian of balance, misunderstood by divine and mortal alike. Chapter 8. The Legacy in Modern Myth. In contemporary interpretations, the legend of the Demon King's covenant has evolved across cultures, often appearing in literature, occult philosophy, and even modern media. Scholars see in it echoes of Sumerian, Babylonian, and Christian demonologies, while storytellers adapt it as allegory for power, corruption, and self-realization. In occult traditions, the covenant represents the law of equivalent exchange, the idea that every gain demands an equal sacrifice. In Jungian psychology, Azrathor symbolizes the shadow archetype, the hidden self that one must confront and integrate to achieve wholeness. In literature and film, his figure manifests as the enigmatic mentor, the seductive antagonist, or the tragic antihero who embodies humanity's potential for both creation and ruin. Even modern spiritualists reinterpret the covenant not as a warning, but as a path of awakening, a metaphorical pact to face one's darkness to uncover inner truth. The legend endures because it reflects a timeless truth, that the battle between light and dark is not external, but resides within every human soul. Chapter 9. The Eternal Question. At its heart, the Demon King's covenant poses a single haunting question. If offered everything you desire, what would you be willing to surrender? It is a question that transcends religion, mythology, and morality. The tale forces us to confront the limits of our integrity and the weight of our choices. The covenant is not a relic of ancient superstition. It is a mirror reflecting the eternal paradox of human existence. Some say the Demon King still watches from beyond the veil, whispering offers to dreamers and wanderers. Others claim that every time a human sacrifices virtue for gain, a fragment of the covenant is renewed. Whether literal or symbolic, the story endures because it speaks to the truth that temptation is eternal, and that every choice, great or small, carries the echo of Azrathor's whisper. The balance of light and shadow. The Demon King's covenant is more than a tale of demonic pacts. It is a cosmic allegory of desire, consequence, and the perpetual balance between creation and destruction. Azrathor, the Demon King, is not merely a villain, but a necessary counterpart to divine order, the shadow that defines the light. Through him, the legend teaches that power, when sought without wisdom, becomes ruin, but when tempered by understanding, it can lead to enlightenment. In every age, mortals continue to seek their own covenants, trading time for success, love for ambition, or truth for comfort. Each bargain, no matter how small, reflects the same truth the Demon King revealed, that every gift has a cost, and that salvation lies not in rejecting darkness, but in mastering it. Thus, the legend of the Demon King's covenant endures, an eternal parable reminding us that within every heart lies both the angel and the demon, the covenant and the choice. And the true power of the story is not in the promise of the demon king, but in the answer each soul gives when the offer is made. And so, the story of the demon king's covenant comes to an end. Or does it? Some say the echoes of that ancient pact still linger, shaping destinies and haunting those who dare to seek its power. Was it merely legend, or a truth buried beneath centuries of fear and silence? Let me know what you believe in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into darkness, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more tales of myth and mystery. Until next time, beware the bargains you make, for some promises never die.